Hello my friends and welcome back to The Witcher 3. In yesterday's video, we made our way to Oxenfurt, and most importantly, Geralt got a haircut and a trim to his beard, because he was in desperate need of both in my opinion. So in today's video, I imagine we're going to spend a chunk / all of our time in Oxenfurt working on a few quests that I have flagged to continue working on, I guess. And then after that, I'm not really sure. So we'll see what happens. So at the end of our last video, we picked up a bunch of contracts from the notice board. And one of them actually kicks off here in Oxenfurt, which makes sense because it's called the Oxenfurt Drunk. So the quest text says, Oxenfurt, the academy, may be my alma mater, but Oxenfurt, the town, that is where I received my true education. The experiences I had in its inns and alleyways often left me a trembling wreck, overwhelmed by the majesty of the world opening up before me. Sadly, during the Third Nilfgaardian War, the town became a shadow of its former self, and the few who remained in its inns and alleyways risked not enlightenment but death at the hands of a mysterious murderer. Geralt, bless his heart, decided to investigate the matter, suspecting that the responsible party might be a monster. And we need to go and talk to the Redanian officer who is right around the corner. And we're at the Oxenfurt Harbor, which is so cool. I mean, look at this. Look at all the boats. Whoops. At least I didn't die this time. Look at all the boats or ships, however you want to call them. It's so cool. I want to go on one. Can I go on one? That'd be neat. But I realized when I was editing yesterday's video, Oxenfurt is like this big college that everybody goes to, and that's been mentioned a couple times in the last couple games. So it makes me wonder, is Oxenfurt kind of like a college town? Which is kind of funny that they incorporated that a little bit into it, maybe. I don't know if that's a thing everywhere. I know it's an American kind of ism, college town, but I do wonder if that's, anyway, I'm babbling now. So anyway, let's talk to Nikolas Friedman and kick off this Oxenfurt Drunk quest. Well, I'm here about the Witcher's contract, sir.
Here to talk about the contract.
Contract? Ah, yes. Put my mark to something of the sort. Seems that creatures attacking lonely passers-by, abandoning their corpses in gutters around Oxenfurt.
Isn't that something you should look into?
Perhaps, but we've a ploughing war to win. Haven't got the time to clean gutters.
Reward's too small. Yeah, I think I say it every single time. I don't really want to haggle. Not this time around. We'll do that when I play through this game again. So fine, I'll do it.
I'll take the job. Need to hear some details.
You'll learn everything I know.
So, victims, tell me about them.
Like to examine the victims' bodies.
A corpse is a corpse.
I see the wounds. Might be able to tell what kind of monster killed them.
Ask our Sawbones. He'll know if the corpses have been burned or not. You'll most likely find him in the hut on the riverbank. Our impromptu morgue.
Lovely. Any witnesses I can speak to?
Any witnesses to these attacks? Anyone see the beast?
Some woman survived an attack. They say she's not been sober since. I'd try the tavern in Oxenfurt if you're willing to try talking to her.
Won't give me any trouble with the reward, will you?
Nah, I want this out of my hair.
So I need to talk to the witness and the medic. So where are they? So the medic's down there and the witness is at the bar. Well, let's go back and do that. Because the other two quests I want to work on while we're here
Watch your step.
is the troll one where I need to pick up the paint for him. And then when I was editing yesterday's videos, I realized I didn't search anywhere around the troll's house or huts or, I don't know, ships that he was building or protecting or whatever he was doing over there. I didn't search his area basically at all. So I need to do that. And then we also need to talk to Tamara at some point today. Maybe next after we do this one. Well, not really do this one, but continue working on this one. Oh, here she is.
Have we not met before?
Woman.
In Lochmoyne.
Oh, will you buy a round for a victim of the beast?
Well, let's talk about this attack, this beast.
Tell me about the monster. How you were attacked.
I'd need another bottle to get through it.
I don't really want to give her some money. I feel like she might be scamming me a little bit. Look, my necklace is twitching. So, Witcher sign or money? Oh, well, I've got the money, so let's just try that one.
See, I'd rather you stayed sober while we talked. Bought yourself that bottle later.
Have it your way. I was leaving the inn that night. Might have had a drink or 5. I'm sure I wasn't hallucinating. Something down an alley called my name. It was dark. Couldn't see what it was, but it wasn't no human. Of that I'm certain.
What makes you so sure?
I just know. This thing grabbed the hem of my skirt, but I broke free and ran.
That it? You didn't see much.
Don't believe me either, do you? Fuck you! Fuck you all!
Deals this side of the hunter.
I feel like I didn't get a lot for my money's worth. Or I didn't get a lot for my, yeah, you know what I mean. Coffee is still being downloaded currently, so. All right, well, let's go talk to the medic. And no, I don't want to examine that yet. I want to talk to the medic first. Hang on. Let's click that part and then run over to him. And look at people along the way. I need to actually fix the music. I don't know what it is, but we came to Oxenfurt and everything got a whole lot louder. Like, to the point to where, I mean, you could still hear the dialogue, but I like the dialogue to be crisp. Nice and heard clearly. There's my bad English for today. Okay, down by the riverbank. Now this is the medic. Let's save and talk to him.
You the medic? I'd like to see the monster's victims.
Oh, yes. I've not had them burned yet. Must get to that.
Have you examined them yet?
You done autopsies yet? Intend to?
Why would I? Beggars and vagrants. Every last one stinking of cheap wine.
Mind if I have a look?
In point of fact, I'd prefer you didn't sniff around.
Gonna make me come back with a written order?
Good grief. Pushy, aren't we? Here, the key to the morgue. Look all you want.
So look over the victims' bodies using your Witcher senses. Okay.
If you were an ordinary man, I'd diagnose anemia.
Anemia?
But you are far from ordinary. You're a Witcher.
Obviously. Well, here's a one body.
He was drunk. Someone dragged him over the cobblestones. Fang marks on his neck. Vampire sucked his blood.
Anything else?
He was drunk.
Okay.
Someone dragged him over the cobblestones.
As I jump on the
Fang
table.
marks on his neck. Vampire sucked his blood.
It seems a little suspicious that the guy didn't want me to investigate the bodies, right?
Vampire bites and the strong stench of alcohol. Just like the other one.
So, there be vampires here is what you're saying, right, Geralt? Chronicles of Redania. Have I read that one? I feel like I have. I read so many books. Yep, I have read it. Okay. Out here we go. All right, let's go a little bit farther in this quest. I know it's like Red Skull territory, but if I can get it all set up to where I can just go kill the monster later, then that'll work for me. So we need to examine the site where the monster was seen using your Witcher senses. I feel like, let's save, because I might accidentally go too far and then die.
Man's always got it uphill.
Oh, up here. Oh, there's something. Over here? There we go. You're not gonna examine?
The bracelet. Pretty worn. Silver under the gilding. Too big for a woman's wrist. Attacker lost it most likely. Fondness for jewelry. Wounds on the victims' bodies. Everything suggests a catacan. Except this vampire likes the blood of drunkards. That's the way to lure it out.
Okay, okay, so we need to talk to the innkeep and get drunk in order to bait the catacan. But what was the... Was it a bestiary entry? Or was it... Oh, vampires. Ooh. So we have Katakan. That's new. Wow, that's a different looking monster. They're allergic to Yrden and Igni, obviously. So, Melitele, Great Mother, protect us from evil, from unclean devils and foul demons, and most of all from the clutches of Katakans and Nekurats, fragment of a prayer. Katakans and their more dangerous kin, Nekurats, are the embodiment of human fear. They hide in the shadows, they feed on blood, they resemble enormous bats, though with long fangs and even longer talons. And as if that weren't terror enough, they can turn invisible, waiting unseen while dread of their unpreventable attack overwhelms their victims. So Gael, that must be the specific monster that I'm going to hunt. Contrary to popular belief, most monsters are not all alike. Like people, individual members of the same species can have their own unique traits, preferences, and weaknesses. A good example of this is the Katakan, which once fed on the inhabitants of Oxenfurt. Perhaps influenced by its close proximity to the hard-drinking student youth of the city, this vampire had developed a keen appetite for blood, spiked with a hefty dose of hard alcohol, and also baubles and gaudy jewelry of all kinds. Okay, so the vampire had clearly thrived on its high-octane diet. It had grown exceptionally strong and gained the ability to regenerate lost life quickly. Awesome. Cause heavy bleeding with its claws, and if that were not enough, meld into the air and appear again behind its opponent's backs. Luckily, the Quen sign meant that the Witcher was well equipped to defend against this surprise attack, and the Yrden sign would let him catch the monster in a trap. Great. So we have vampire oil, puffball, and moon dust. Well, I'll have to actually probably come prepare for that fight. So, next quest that I want to work on is actually Family Matters, where I need to go find Tamara. I want to do it now before we run out of time, and then I don't have time to do it because that's what running out of time usually means. Let's save since all that's done.
Taking a peek at my wares, yeah?
I really like this little town. I don't know. Obviously there's a downstairs because that's where all of the herbs are at. It's the Gwent music. Okay, where is she? No? Am I just special and I can't find her? I think I am. Girl, Redanian, merchant. Hang on, I'm missing something. I think this must be the door. There we go.
I'm looking for Tamara, the Bloody Baron's daughter. Your brother said I'd find her here.
Wojtek send you, sir.
How else would I know she was here?
Wait a moment. I'll fetch her straight away.
You're looking for me, and who might you be? My father send you?
Yeah, to see if you're still alive. And well. I'm Geralt of Rivia.
I'm quite alive and extraordinarily well, Geralt of Rivia. Better than I've ever been in this rotten life of mine, and now that you've seen me, I bid you farewell.
Wait.
We've nothing more to talk about.
Your father's worried about you. I don't blame you. Yeah, I don't blame you for leaving.
Your father's a vile man. You're angry and bitter. Can't blame you.
Why do you help him then? Why did you take this job?
Because he knows something about someone dear to me. Promised to tell me if I found you and your mother.
Got it. A bit of blackmail. Just his style. Well, now you've found me, you can tell him I'm alive and I'm never coming back.
Oh yeah, tell me your side of the story.
Before I agreed to look for you, your father told me his version of events. Tell me yours.
Mine? It's dull as life amidst the swamps. My earliest memories are of a drunken father lying under the stairs, caked in mud and clutching a bottle. Next dozen years, pretty much the same. Father would drink, disappear for days, then come home in a rage and send furniture flying. Thank the gods for war. I was glad every time they sent him off. And the quarrels. I remember him screaming at Mum, the thuds as he beat her, then her sobbing. I'd hide under my bed and long for silence. That's the long and short of it. Multiply by 19 and there you have my life. Finally, we'd had enough, Mum and me. He crossed the line and we fled.
I think we know why her mother miscarried, but we'll get to that in a minute. What happened to your mother?
Wojtek claims your mother had strange marks on her hands, and that a monster dragged her into the woods. That true?
We were riding towards the river. Suddenly, Mum cried out, bent over, almost fell off her horse. I rode up to her and saw something strange. Her hands were on fire. And then that creature leapt from the woods. I don't know what it was, but it roared so fierce my nose bled. I saw it topple trees. I've never been so scared in my life. And that thing grabbed my mum and disappeared into the woods. I wanted to turn back, go after them, but the horses panicked. Now I don't even know if she's alive.
Okay, we'll ask it. Why did your mother miscarry?
I don't mean to pry, but I know your mother had a miscarriage.
His doing. He shoved her, she fell. That's how it started. We were alone, no one to help, blood everywhere. Worst night of my life.
Sorry. Must have been hard for you both.
Mum was in shock. She was raving that it was better this way, that she never wanted the child. Must have had a fever. She was losing blood the whole time.
She didn't want the child?
Said she'd sooner cut open her gut than bear another child from his seed.
Ouch. That's... Oof, that's rough. Well, what are you going to do now?
What will you do now?
Find my mum.
You realize that might not be that easy.
Don't worry, I'm not daft enough to believe I can do it alone. I've got some new friends now. Powerful friends. They'll help me.
Who are these friends?
Who are these friends, if it's not a secret?
No secret. Heard of the Church of the Eternal Fire? A priest helped me contact the Redanian witch hunters. Righteous, brave men. They'll help me.
Hence the candlesticks in your room. So you believe in the eternal fire?
Once the heat of the fire has set your heart aflame, it gives you strength and leads you down the path of truth for the rest of your life. I hope it'll bless you with its warmth one day.
Thanks. Thing is, fire's tricky. It's easy to get burned.
Well, what about your father? I'm thinking she's not gonna care.
What about your father?
Who? Oh, him. I don't care.
See?
I won't go back to him. That bit of my life? Forgotten it already.
Well, well. A witcher. Never thought the Baron would stoop to hiring a monster slayer. Though I hear you're good at tracking things down.
Who are you supposed to be?
Glad you know who I am. Haven't introduced yourself, though.
Graden. Witch hunter in the service of His Royal Majesty Radovid of Redania. I'm certain you've heard of us.
Rings a bell.
If the bloody Baron sent you to fetch his daughter, you'd best face it. You will fail in your task.
I appreciate your concern, but I don't need it. As for Tamara, she can make her own decisions.
Noble of you. A killer for hire abandoning his bounty for the good of another. The hunters and the Church of the Eternal Fire thank you. So the Baron hired a witcher to find his daughter. Interesting.
The Baron is desperate.
Desperate fathers have been known to do a lot to find their daughters.
Unexpected from a witcher. I thought your mutations cleansed you of humanity. Stripped you of emotions.
You don't need mutations to strip men of their humanity. I've seen plenty of examples.
That's very true. So where will you take her? Well, why it's fine.
Where are you gonna take her?
Tamara must rest. She's had a harrowing experience. When the warmth of the Eternal Fire has restored her strength, we shall see about finding her mother.
Before you go, your father asked me to give you this.
Clara? Father told you to give me Clara. Funny how he thought to buy me back with a memory. Tell him one gesture could never make up for a ruined childhood. So long, Witcher. In spite of all, I'm grateful you gave me a choice. Didn't force me to go back to the tyrant.
Hope you know what you're getting yourself into. So long, and good luck.
Do we need to have a conversation about your stare down with the cat Nibbles? Okay, and a Strenger, all kinds of character entry updates. It's a good conversation. I like that. Anyway, let's look at character updates. So we have Graden. He's the new witch hunter. Graden was one of the witch hunters in King Radovid's service. Unlike a great many of his comrades, he came across as a level-headed fellow, one free of prejudice, at least in his dealings with witchers. Yes, he didn't immediately call me like a monstrous person or creature or thing who was cursing everybody just by my mere existence. And I'm speaking as if I was Geralt, obviously. So let's see. Anna Strenger's update. Tamara only deepened Geralt's sad understanding of her mother's situation. The women had decided to flee together because they'd had enough of the Baron's drunken rages and beatings. Anna hated her husband so much that she was ready to do anything in order to be free of the man and the child he had put inside her. Ugh. Ugh. Okay, so Tamara... There she is. Got our picture now, finally. So, let's see. Tamara had indeed made it to Oxenfurt safe and sound and would not even consider returning to her father, determined to save her mother from the clutches of the creatures that had imprisoned her in the bog. Tamara had joined the ranks of the witch hunters, hoping their support would allow her to survive a trek into Crookback Bog. Feeling that's where I'm going to probably head to next because I've got a lot of... What is it? I've got a lot of quests there. And I did find a non-spoilery kind of map online of Velen. And it showed me like regions by zones. It showed me level regions by the zones within Velen. So I kind of have an idea of where I should go and shouldn't go right now. Although I'm pretty much getting to where I should be able to go everywhere. But who's this fellow here? I think he's the guy who let us in. You have a very nice house, sir. Do it yourself. I feel like I've read that. Any other interesting loot? A sword for witchers. Hang on. Nope. There we go. Pearls of the North Novigrad. Lots of books. Raspberry juice. I want some raspberry juice. That sounds yummy. I don't know. These houses in Oxenfurt are... I highly approve. Okay, let's look at those books. Nope. None of them are new. Okay. All right, well, our quest update for Family Matters was to investigate all the remaining leads in Velen and find the Baron's wife, and I feel like that's Crookback Bog area. And then we also need to talk to the Baron about Tamara, but first, we're actually going to work on the volunteer, where we need to go buy the paint for the troll. So let me get out of here. Ooh, more loot. Mysterious letter. All is prepared. We await only your arrival. When I told the commander of your commitment and zeal, he agreed to welcome you into our ranks at once. At first, you will be put through preliminary training, but you already know how to ride and wield the blade, and thus have already mastered the essentials. The rest will not take much time. As soon as you don our colors, we will set out in search of your mother, and we will find her, I promise, even if we have to comb every inch of Velen. I think these are all of the entries from the notice board, right? Yes. I love how even the thunder is muffled being inside the house. I love this game so much, it's so great. All right, well, lands north of Velen. I think that one might be new. Nope. Locked. Darn. Anything else? Okay, let me look at that last book. Ah, it is new. The land of Velen, located in western Tamara with its capital in Gors Velen, is one of the poorest provinces in the kingdom. Its territory encompasses the Isle of Thened, home to the famous Magic Academy, which, along with Gors Velen, constitutes the commercial and developmental mainspring of the entire province. Velen is a stop on the Novigrad trade route, running through Sidaris, Bergen, Brugge, Sintra, and other such southernly realms. There's the words. Veleners subside primarily on agriculture, crafting, and animal husbandry. The province is practically deprived of all natural resources. It contains a great deal of forests, wetlands, and cultivated woods, though the greatest part of it is covered in swamps and bogs. ... Yeah, that's a pretty apt description of everything I've seen so far. All right. Let's get out of here and see if the merchant is still there.
Ooh,
Sorry.
Pardon?
Sorry. I don't, I'm sober and I still can't run in a straight line. So let's go find this merchant. Here we go.
Hey!
Or not. Oh, maybe it's this guy. There we go.
What can I do with you for? If I ain't got it today, say the word and I'll have it tomorrow.
Oh, I need to go back to playing cards at some point. So show me what you have in stock.
Let me see. Might pick something.
Ah, this must be the paint. Perfect. Got that for the troll. All right, so our new update is to deliver the paint to the troll. Okay, that is just back across the river here, and I should be able to fast travel there, which will be great. So I think I'm gonna poke around Oxenfurt some more, and then head over to the troll, and we'll meet you there.
American and chicken merchant, it's King Griffen to go. Your boy now in the army, lost to you in the battle. Your boy now in the army, lost to you in the battle.
I don't know what, again, I don't know why, but I really just do like trolls quite a bit. I don't know. All right, let's look around here. Diagram enhanced Griffen armor. Ew. That's good, right?
Private Snake, report on order.
I meant to loot, not talk to him, but that's okay. So I've got some paint for you, little troll. Little big troll.
Just so happens I have some paint on me.
Oh! 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 Uh-oh.
What's the matter?
Has paint, but how? Dunno.
Might be a problem.
Man's how no. I order. Man's knows.
I guess I do. Depends what.
Birdo colory. Redania birdo. Shields like.
I don't understand what he's talking about. So I can try?
Guess I can give it a shot. Got a brush?
Oh, okay. He wants me to paint it for him.
Beautiful. Pretty birdo.
Think so? As long as you're happy with it.
Man's good. Not like other mans take cues. Take barrels and ask for more.
I don't know what it is about the troll. I just had to paint for him. Diagram Gven'nel, Axeman's Gauntlets, and I should have completed the quest then, right? Right? Oh my gosh, he's giving me lots of loot. There we go. Sorry, I just love this troll so much. I don't know why. Okay, so let's find the quest for the volunteer. Here we go. It turned out the dubious musical talents belonged to a troll. His fondest dream was for the fort he had been assigned to guard to look like a proper Redanian fort. Oh, I could not decipher what he was trying to say. Not in the slightest. Nope. Bear in mind that a troll's mental capacity is roughly that of a none too bright toddler, and you'll understand why this particular one felt a Redanian fort should be painted in bright Redanian colors. Geralt brought him red and white paint, which made him as happy as a child finding a present under a pillow. Oh, poor little guy. All right, well, I think this is actually where we're going to end things for today. Tomorrow, I do want to kind of, I really do want to get down here. I think Crookback Bog is down in this area, and I've got several quests. The Ladies of the Woods, I've got, what is it, the Family Matters, I think, is probably going to get me there as well. And then I have Forefathers Eve down there, and there were a couple other ones that were down in that area. And I think that zone, like the Crookback Bog zone, is okay for my level, but we'll see how it goes. I do want to kind of get rid of some of these question marks, but I'll probably take care of that before I start tomorrow's video. But that's my plan as of right now. We'll see if it actually happens that way and go from there. But as always, thank you so very much for watching. Please do keep yourselves safe, and I will see you again tomorrow with another new Witcher 3 video.
Who's asleep amidst the trees?